Welcome back, you lovely degenerates. I'm Troll Giggle, and tonight we're diving deep into the cesspool of job hunting and the corporate nightmare. Buckle up, 'cause it's going to be a wild ride through the twisted world of employment. So, let me tell you about my latest job search. I went on this interview recently, and I swear it was like auditioning for a role in a dystopian sci-fi movie. The job description was basically, you'll work 60 hours a week, deal with insufferable coworkers, and receive a paycheck that's barely enough to cover your rent and a daily dose of existential dread. But hey, at least you get a free coffee machine, because nothing says I value you like a shitty coffee machine in a cubicle farm. I show up to this interview, and the place is a fucking labyrinth. I'm wandering around like I'm in a low-budget horror film, trying to find the right office. Finally, I get to the interview room, and the manager is this stick-thin guy in a suit that costs more than my monthly rent. He looks at me like I'm a piece of trash he's considering for his compost pile. And we start the interview, and he's asking me these questions that sound like they're straight out of an HR handbook from hell. What are your strengths and weaknesses, dude? My strengths are sarcasm and procrastination, and my weaknesses are literally everything else. But instead, I'm like, well, I'm a quick learner and a team player, which is code for I'll do whatever the fuck you want, as long as it doesn't involve working on weekends. So, he starts going on about the company's values, which are basically work yourself to the bone and pray for a raise. He's telling me about the company culture like it's this magical land of unicorns and rainbows. We believe in work-life balance. Really? The only balance I see is the balance of my sanity tipping into oblivion because I'm working 12-hour days and missing out on life's little joys like sleeping or having a social life. I finally get the job, and let me tell you, it's everything I expected and more. By which I mean, it's a soul-sucking vortex of despair. I'm in this cubicle hell, surrounded by people who look like they've been there since the dawn of time. I overhear one of my coworkers talking about her weekend plans, and it's the most exciting thing I've heard all day. I'm going to reorganize my closet. Oh, wow. Sign me the fuck up for that thrilling adventure. And the meetings. Oh, don't get me started on the meetings. I have more meetings than a hamster has running wheels. We sit around in this conference room where the only thing getting accomplished is the collective loss of will to live. Someone says, let's circle back on this. What the hell does that even mean? We're not in a fucking circus. We're just wasting time talking about things that don't matter. The office politics are a whole other nightmare. There's always that one person who's trying way too hard to be the teacher's pet. You know the type. Always sucking up to the boss, making you wonder if they're trying to get a promotion or just trying to get in everyone's good graces so they can survive another day of cubicle hell. I had this one coworker who would literally schedule one-on-one meetings with the boss just to talk about the weather. I'm pretty sure he's trying to get promoted to senior vice president of small talk. Then there's the team-building events. Oh, the joy. We all get dragged to some shitty bowling alley or mini golf course where everyone pretends to have a good time. I'm standing there, trying not to look too miserable, while my boss is trying to bond with us over our collective hatred of the work we're all stuck doing. Nothing says team spirit like a forced attempt at having fun while secretly wishing you were anywhere else. Oh, and let's not forget the office parties. These are like the corporate equivalent of a high school prom, but with more awkward small talk and fewer chances of getting laid. Everyone's mingling, trying to look important, while I'm over in the corner with a drink in hand, trying to avoid eye contact with anyone who might ask me about my weekend. Because honestly, my weekend was spent in a deeply personal relationship with my couch and a pizza box. Now, let's talk about the perks, or rather, the lack thereof. The company offers competitive benefits, which is code for here's a shitty health plan that barely covers anything and a 401k that's going to be worth less than your student loans. I'm not saying I'm greedy, but I wouldn't mind if my job provided more than just a free coffee machine and an overworked HR department. And the work itself? It's a never-ending cycle of mundane tasks that make you question every decision you've ever made in your life. I'm sitting there, typing away and thinking, is this really what I went to school for? To spend my days doing meaningless work that could be done by a fucking robot? My job is so repetitive. I'm starting to think my computer has more personality than my boss. Let me tell you about one of my more memorable work days. I had this huge presentation to give, and I was so stressed I could barely sleep the night before. I show up ready to knock it out of the park, and halfway through, the projector breaks down. Now I'm standing there, looking like a fucking idiot, trying to explain complex data without any visual aids. It's like being asked to perform brain surgery without a scalpel, utterly fucking hopeless. And the worst part, the day after the presentation, no one even remembers it. They're all too busy trying to survive the endless sea of emails and pointless tasks to care about anything beyond their immediate misery. It's like being in a fucking dystopian novel, where the main character's only goal is to get through the day without completely losing their mind. So, that's the life of a modern-day corporate drone. We're all just cogs in a gigantic machine, working our asses off to pay bills and keep up with the illusion of a perfect life. We grind away, hoping for a break, a promotion, or at least a fucking vacation that doesn't feel like a cruel joke. But hey, at least we have each other, right? So let's laugh at this ridiculous mess we're in. If we don't, we'll just end up crying in the break room, staring at our own reflection, and wondering how the hell we got here. Thanks for sticking around and listening to my rant about the wonderful world of work. Remember, life's a fucking circus, and we're all just clowns trying to keep from falling off the tightrope. You've been a fantastic audience. Now, go out there, try not to lose your mind, and remember to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Good night, everyone.